What a damn trailer. In contrast to last year's, there's no shortage of things to go over. From the character models to the character portraits, from the 2D to the 3D animation. New game mechanics, and our first look at the dungeons. We don't even stop here at the trailer, as the website has been entirely revamped, and much more information has been added. So without further ado, let's get into it. From the outset, much to my dismay, it feels like we're going to be getting a new singer for this game. I'm sure this is just a me thing, but I would have loved to see the old singer return. But I'm just gonna wait and see what kind of music that they could cook. Moving on, in my opinion, these character models are absolutely stunning. I'll talk about the battle system later, but these characters look so good in motion. However, for some of the character portraits, at the moment, some of them look a bit off. Don't get me wrong, I think a lot of them look great. Yukiko, Naoto, Rise, Teddy, Marie, and Nanako's portraits look great, but I'm not sure about some of these others. It may be the shading, or it has to grow on me first, but it just kinda looks a little off. If we took a look at comparison photos between Golden and Revival, it feels like it's mostly a shading issue to me. Keeping along with the theme of the characters, as we've known before, the voice actors for the English dub are different. I can't really comment much on their performances now since, the game isn't out yet, but I think they sound pretty good. Similar to Reload's dubcast, some of them are attempting to do like a recreation of the old voice work, and in other cases they sound quite different. I don't think I would have noticed this from the beginning, but since it was pointed out to me, and now that I've re-listened to it multiple times, Yukiko's voice sounds a lot like Brianna from the New York Knicks, who, if you're not aware, shares the voice of Rem from ReZero. Although I'm not 100% sure as of now. We'll likely get information on that soon though. All of the environments in this game look so beautiful. And everything that I've seen so far makes me wonder why they even decided to announce it last year anyway. Last year's was kind of a clown show, but I have pretty much nothing bad to say about this trailer. Moving on to the animation, it seems like in Reload unfortunately, they're going to be replacing some of the 2D animated cutscenes with 3D animated ones. This isn't an entirely terrible thing, but I feel like in Persona 3 Reload's case, a few of the 2D animated cutscenes looked quite better and sold the atmosphere far better. However, in spite of that, the 3D animated cutscenes in this trailer look awesome and very expressive, especially the one they added with Chie and her shadow. Moving on to the 2D animation, they most certainly extended and changed Yu's awakening. This shadow is a lot bigger than I remembered it was. And it's also called something different. It's also really creepy and gross looking, but in a good way. Moving on to the UI, they're doing a mix of 2D and 3D assets. However, in contrast to Reload's, the style looks like much more of a revamp of the old one, rather than a completely new thing. This is a completely opinionated thing, but I kinda like that approach. On the website, we're able to see visuals of more of the game mechanics, like the social stats, which is a bit different from before, but I really like how they did it. These icons have pretty charming designs. And I kinda think Atlus has settled on a style for the social links, as they pretty much all use stars now. And of course, we have the calendar, which got a style update. Sticking to the theme of UI, I think this is a perfect way to move on to the battle system. Of course, we have the character portraits, which is all of them looking quite jovial. And continuing the legacy of Persona 4 Golden, the action circle is a TV dial, which I think is a really cool detail to keep. The only problem is obviously these games control differently now, so rather than selecting and moving the dial around, it's just going to be the buttons. It still spins though, just really quickly after you select an option. Honestly, there's just a lot of things that aid to the style of this game looking absolutely beautiful. And interestingly enough, instead of the old cut-ins, we actually get these different animations. Sticking with the battle system, we're now on to game mechanics. And besides from series staples like Baton Pass, they seem to have added quite a few new ones. To start, before the battle it seems like you're able to guard against shadow attacks, letting you have the advantage even if you're not striking from behind. Looking at the dungeon map, it seems to me that they're adding more dungeon set pieces. However, they're still gonna stick with the randomly generated format, which is a little bit of a bummer given the possibilities that they have, but it's not that big of a deal. Continuing on that theme, I love the detail that they have. And also, when you enter the battles, the backdrops have such a cool style, and it really looks like they're in a TV set. For the battles themselves, there's this one extra meter on the side, There's a 4 more, apparently. There's a star meter that says Prime Time, which seems to be the meter to activate the party members' special moves, called Series Finale. This is similar to Theurgy, but of course in Golden we also had these special moves as well. I really love how all of these animations look, and it looks like Yuna Arakami has his cross slash while using Izanagi. Honestly, based on this, I'm wondering if they're making it so that this persona isn't obsolete at most points in the game, which would be really cool. Out of all of the starter personas, Izanagi is easily my favorite, so I would be a huge fan if this were true. This ends my first look at the Persona 4 Revival trailer. If you liked this video, comment, like, and subscribe for more. Persona 4 is my favorite Persona game, and I was honestly pretty worried if they were going to be able to capture its essence in the remake. But I would just like to say, I was not disappointed.